Dear Melissa, I strongly feel that there is something wrong with viewing product manager and growth product manager as two separate specialties. How the heck does a team create a differentiated product without considering customer segmentation? This is an interesting question, and I love your passion around how these two things could be separate. Let's talk about what those terms are. When we say a growth product manager, it means that they are doing 100% product management. But a lot of times when we see a growth product manager, they're in charge of acquisition and activation. So in a lot of product-led companies where there is not a robust sales team and instead they're trying to grow through product-led motions, they'd hire a growth product manager to think about how they lay out the landing pages, the onboarding experiences, and the activation there. And there is a science to that in many SaaS companies. This is where you get into like freemium and trials and stuff like that, and how you actually run it and what is the right thing to give people in the free trial versus not. So growth product manager is a fancy way of saying that they really are owning acquisition and activation. So what they're focusing on there is how do we take a free trial member and convert them into a paid subscription or a team plan or anything like that. And what they're trying to do too is get people to either recommend or upgrade or send it to the rest of their team if it's a B2B product. So they're going to look at onboarding, which is incredibly important. They're going to look at activation. How do we make sure that the first moments of this person's experience with our product are really valuable? And they're going to really look at some pricing and packaging things in there. What do we put into premium? What do we put into freemium models? How do we slice and dice that? Now, a product manager needs to be growth minded when they're working on user experience things as well. And especially when they're pertaining to goals or surrounded by goals of trying to get people to stay on the product, spend more money, or invite team members. I believe that a lot of product managers need to have that mindset when it comes to growth, but you can specialize in different things in larger companies as a product manager. You could be a platform product manager. Now, a platform product manager does need to be business minded. They have to understand how growth works, how those cycles work, how those metrics work, and how people find your product valuable. But the stuff that they're actually overseeing is usually more technical in nature. And it's going to be about refining platforms and making them extensible and more about integrations into stuff. Some of those levers could be growth levers as well. So they should be familiar with it, but it's not really that acquisition and activation piece. That's not really what they're overseeing. So I think it's just a fancy term for saying that somebody's overseeing acquisition and activation. They're usually working with sales more. They're plugging into the sales enablement process as well as a growth product manager. So you're making it easy for sales to figure out where do they pick up, where are they most valuable in this process so that they can help seal the deal. But they're still doing all product management work. It's all product management work at the end of the day. I do believe other product managers working on customer-facing products should be growth-minded as well. I think your platform product managers should understand growth as well. This is just a fancy term for that. So I don't love the term, but if I'm going to be looking for somebody to own that activation and acquisition piece in a B2B SaaS company that's doing a freemium model or a reverse trials or product-led growth, I'm probably going to look for that title because that signifies that person has experience doing those funnels, right? Doing those pieces. That's important there. They just specialize in that area, very much like some people specialize in data, right? They might be doing data products and they're very much about how do you use this data to get more leverage. They might be specializing in AI products. They might be specializing in B2B workflows for clinical things, right? It might not be their forte to do B2B freemium models and how to convert people on that side. That's okay. I think you can learn it. I think it's possible for a lot of product managers to learn this. So I wouldn't be deterred to actually bring somebody on who can get up to speed and learn these patterns. But that's what we mean by a growth product manager. And I hope that helps.